What's happening? It's Tuesday. Remember, I wanted to use, oh Lord, it ran away. I want to use this eyeshadow. Is this not beautiful? This reminds me of shadows that I would only wear when I first started makeup, and for good reason. They're just really pretty. They kind of don't ever let you down. You know what to expect. Ooh, look at that pigment. Ooh, that's a beautiful foil. I'm excited. Look how pretty it is when the light isn't hitting it. When the light is hitting it, this is going to be a beautiful shade. Okay, get this on my eyelids. I'm super excited because I'm going to have to hop off while I'm doing this. I'll be back in just a second. We're going to do the eyes, then I got to go film something. But what I'm filming is for a brush that's going to be launching very soon. So I have butterflies. I have butterflies to show you this brush. This is the C31. We still love the C31. And I'm taking some clean canvas and I'm just gonna apply this. Notice I'm not going on my lid. I know I wanna use the clear base for that, but I wanna use some MAC eyeshadows, some singles, and I want them to be pretty true to color. So that's why I'm going with the lighter base instead of the clear base. The clear base would show my undertone, especially as I transition. Not so much once I put this on top because it's so pigmented, but the way that I'm going to transition the mattes, you'll be able to see my undertone, and I don't want to see that. By the way, this is still going on right here. For what's about to come, I do suggest that these two, and these two brushes are for $50 right now. For two of them, $50 from the big old chunky ones. The jean size brushes is how I like to call them. So you're gonna get the big foundation brush here, and then you're gonna get the blush brush. All that being said, and of course all the brushes, I actually love to use this one with powder foundation, the C41. That being said, this is almost over. This deal is almost over, and then with what's coming, you're gonna be like, oh man, I should have got that, because they're all gonna go together like best friends. So just want to remind you, this deal is almost over. This color is speaking to me. This is going to be such a beautiful transition shade. It's a MAC shadow. I'm sure most of us are very familiar with that packaging. This shade is Natural Wilderness. I haven't tried it yet, but I already know I'm going to love it. I picked it up on an E28, and I'm going to go ahead and press it into the socket here. Yep, that is beautiful. Oh, I love how much yellow is in it. I'd still consider it a brown for sure, but there's a lot of yellow in it, and that adds a lot of life to shadows, a lot of vibrancy. I have it on the one side and I want to fit it over here, so I'm going to flip that side towards the ceiling and just push it in there. It's a lot easier than having to finagle around. Nice. Oh, I love this color. Now, we're going to transition with one of my favorite shades of all time. This is the shade Malt. We're going to take that. I'm going to focus most of it on the brow bone. Then I'm going to start to bring it over this way. And by this way, I mean down into that first shade that we laid down. I'm actually going to keep this relatively simple on. Everybody's different. Simple could mean something completely different to you. So I like to be more thoughtful and choose my words wisely. So I'm going to call this My Simple. But isn't that pretty together? You can see the yellowy green, and then that pink is going to really accent it, but then it still stays a neutral eye. So I just know that this base is going to enhance this even more. I just know it. I feel it in my makeup bones. So I'm going to put some of it on the back of my hand here. Just dipped in twice. That's going to be for each eye. Don't get too wild with this primer because a little bit of this goes a very long way. So I'm going to use half and half for each eye. What I love about it is obviously it's very tacky and it's really going to grab and enhance. Think of wetting your brush, but sometimes wetting your brush can cause a whole realm of problems later. So that's why I don't ever wet my brushes. But something like this is designed to really enhance the shadows. And I also love how it takes away shadow. See that? You can kind of clean up with it too. Okay. Everybody put on your makeup seatbelts. All right, let's do this. And I also don't think that we will ever get through all of this because of how pigmented it is and how big the pan is. Okay, load up that brush. Let's go to Makeup Town here. It's as pretty as I imagined. I love it so much. I'm gonna darken the crease a little bit, but I'm gonna do it after. And the reason why is because I really wanna melt it into our shadow here. Yeah, I don't think we'll ever run out of this. This is a huge pan. It's so pretty. Now I don't want to go too dark in the socket, so I'm just going to reach for this palette here. This is the Patrick Ta matte one. I'm just going to grab that shade, and I grabbed a smaller brush again just to kind of stay in control. And all I'm doing is I'm melting this shade into the shades that I already have in my socket and into our champagne shade. I think I want to do wing liner. I think I want it today. I do. Let's do our technique where I take this on an E26 and we're just going to, I'm going to completely relax, and we can go over folds with this. I did a video on this. It's really awesome. And a lot of you tried it and said that this worked for you, and it warms my heart. Now it does take a second to build up the eyeshadow. My head's itchy. It does take a second, but you have so much more control that it's completely worth it. I'm just gonna grab a dark brown eyeshadow, and then it's basically paint by numbers because the brush and that base underneath are doing the work for you. The brush is just angled, so it's so easy, and then the base is just grabbing the eyeshadow. So you're only drawing where that base is. You're not having any mess ups, and nothing's kind of creeping or bleeding around the eye. So that's why this technique is so good. My cheeks are hot. My room's hot. I'm about to go turn down the AC. It is so hot here right now already. I think it's 82. Let's get some of this. I'm putting this on. It's my favorite. Y'all know how much I love this. And now Ben loves it. And we are trying to figure out where this bottle, look how much is left, where this bottle needs to live. He thinks it needs to live on his side of the bathroom. I think it needs to live here on my vanity. I think we're just gonna need 2 bottles. I'm gonna go in with my Moonlight lashes. Then I'm going to let them sit for just a second and wipe them on Sheila. It's really important. They were wanting to move just then, and that was my own fault because I didn't wipe it on Sheila. All right, I will be right back. I'm gonna go turn on my AC, and then I'm gonna film with the new brush. I'll be back in a second. I'm back. My base looks so good. It's the technique. I will show you the foundation I used, and I'm really enjoying the foundation. This is the Makeup Forever HD. This is the glowy one. I don't recommend this one for combination or oily skin. They have one for that, so if you're like, oh no, I feel left out. And also, I cannot get over the fact that I wear the same shade in the powder foundation in the HD one I just mentioned, and I wear the same shade in this one. I love that. It makes my life so easy. Okay, let's finish the look. I'm gonna grab my Melt Brown. This is actually rich brown. I'm gonna do this liner. I think I wanna do it all the way across. Ooh, we're sassy today. That's it. That was the ticket. Look at how it just made my brown eyes just a little bit more chocolatier. Now I'm gonna take an E27 and I'm gonna point the, see the angle? I'm just gonna point that towards the lash line. I'm just gonna go back and forth. And I have no shadow on here. That's just that liner smudging so nicely. But then it'll set too. Don't worry, it's gonna set. I'm actually gonna do this color mascara. This one's from L'Oreal. Burgundy. It's really gonna enhance the brown too. Oh, it's nice and floofy too. I like that. We've got the blue one as well. Oh, that's fun. So burgundy mascara on my bottom lashes is now my thing. It's my new identity. I love the way that it looks so much. I get so much definition. Also, this mascara is really, really thickening. Oh, I love this. So if you love MAC lip liner in the shade Cork, click that link, get this. It's $1.99 and it's almost identical. And it's creamy. So creamy. Please. These lip liners, I did an ad with them, but now they're what I've been reaching for. I love them. I took them with me to Atlanta I cannot get over them. Okay, so we got our rough draft. Then I'm gonna use their matte lipstick in the shade Supermodel. It's a matte formula, but I actually purchased the Kim K ones. This one is, I haven't even reached for the Kim K one again. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't even reached for it. If you're wanting a matte lipstick and for this price, this formula is so much better. I didn't love, now I love the Kim K eyeshadow palette. I love that. With the lipsticks, I will not be reaching for that. And you cannot beat this price. So then I'm gonna go in and just continue to shade and blend. I love this. Now I'm gonna go back into our eyeshadow. Grab that on the side of the brush, and we're gonna do an inner corner highlight. Nice. We're all done. This base looks so good. Oh, so soon, y'all. So soon. You wanna see this little smidgy? Look at that. See? 43. Ah! Tomorrow, since I didn't do complexion, we'll focus on complexion tomorrow. How about that? I'm excited. We're just cereal, apparently. We're just gonna go have some cereal. That's where we're headed. That's what he just said. So we'll focus on complexion, and I want to talk through this again because I'm loving this, but I need to again explain who I think it'd be best for, climate, all the good stuff. Okay, so we'll do our full complexion tomorrow. In fact, we won't even deal with eyes tomorrow. We'll just really talk about complexion. I love you all so much. I'm not going to post tonight, but I'm around. I'm always around if you need me. And in case nobody's told you today, I love you very much. Let me help you with texture. First, we're gonna start with some micellar water on a concealer brush. We're gonna take that between the brows, and I'm gonna go around the brows, make sure we don't have any kind of buildup. I also recommend a chemical exfoliant pad like this one every 2 or 3 days. And focus on the areas that you're having a hard time with your foundation. Now, my skin prep's already done, but we need to put just a little bit where we removed it. I recommend a serum like this. They're very lightweight and makeup just likes to stick to them. No matter your skin type, try a serum. Give that at least 2 minutes to dry down. This is truly a game changer. Liquid shadow as a base wherever foundation doesn't want to stick. Use a fluffy brush to buff it out, and it doesn't have to match your skin perfectly. Remember, it's going to be completely covered up. It creates a perfectly smooth layer, and it gives that foundation and concealer something to grip onto. Now watch this just melt in. No cakiness. No patchiness. Look at how smooth that looks. Now let's set it with some powder. And that's how I get super smooth, long-lasting foundation and concealer.